Hey Tom, I still smell paint drying. Your war cry, "Be different," is beyond. Talk about that next step and how important
I
it is.
just want our players to realize that what does be different mean? I told you, I think everybody's. It's harder to stay focused, harder to stay together. All the things that I want to be different than people that don't want to do those things to become successful. And the strength in numbers, yeah, it's a takeoff of Draymond's team, and that they lived with that for a couple of years, and I just think it's apropos for ours. So that's all. I mean, just trying to find any little edge I can get to make our players realize that we got some things that we are doing different, maybe different than other people right now because of the number of players and everything. But being different is okay.
In an age of a lot of transition and other things like that, Northwestern, Chris has been able to kind of keep a lot of guys over there and keep them old, stay old, so to speak. That kind of
especially Marinelli and what you call they got two very good players that have been there a long time. Barnhauser and then the kid from Michigan. He's been there for 5 years. So Nicholson. So they've done a good job. Their shooting guard's been there 5 years. He's done a good job of maintaining his guys and keeping his guys. I have great respect for him for that. So hopefully, it'll be a hell of a game because they're a good team. They haven't lost at home. They lost a couple, but remember now, one of the kid, Molinari or the other kid, missed 3 games early. They lost one of those without him. So I have great respect. We've struggled over there at times. 11 o'clock in the morning, quick turnaround. There's all these things. We got to see if we can be different and overcome them, not worry about them.
It's doing your thing, obviously, of having you go from a team that you really haven't faced and don't really know to someone that you know pretty easily.
Yeah. That's one advantage of the quick turnaround. This game, at least we know them, we know their people, and but I'm a big fan of Chris's. He's done an incredible job there, and he's done it his way. And man, Barnheiser, tough. They got 2 tough kids, boy. I mean, really tough, physical. They're like 2 linebackers at 6'6", 6'7", with skills, and they've done a nice job.
Tom, the emphasis on ball movement we've been seeing the past couple games and in practice too. What can that do to further unlock your team's offense? I mean, just the way they're sharing.
Well, I talked to the coach from Washington today, and he felt the same thing. He felt like we got a lot of open shots, and that's all we can do is get open shots. So the ball is moving better. We are executing better. We're getting open shots, and the next step is to make those on a consistent basis. We're shooting a lot better than we did the first 8 games, but yet not half as good as I think we can get. So somewhere in there's a positive, and the positive is we can get better, and if we do, we'll get better as a team.
How about you? I don't know if you noticed last night, but Jeremy getting in their guard's mind in his head. He looked like he had him completely rattled. How much does I don't know if you saw that, but he did. How much does you talked about his ability to kind of set the tone defensively, but how much do you see him trying to gain that mental edge on an opponent?
Well, I think Jeremy's a tough kid, and he knows that the point. That point up there when first line of defense is him, and sometimes the rest of the players see how he is and they act accordingly. So my best teams have always had a guy up there, whether it be Tum Tum, not all the best teams. Cash wasn't quite that way, but Kalen Lucas was that way, of course Mateen, Travis Walton, Tom. We've got a lot of guys it's kind of the head of the snake, and when the head's doing well, the body follows. And Jeremy has the ability and wants to guard. He wants to guard the best players, so that's a treat for me.
What's the line for a guy like that between?
I don't know. I'm not a gambler.
You know what I mean? Being an agitator and.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't. I mean, things happen in games, but I want our program to be the class program, tougher than nails, but. We don't have to be talking it. Once in a while, he does. Once in a while, Draymond does. Once in a while, Mateen did. Try to rope that in with without choking him. You know, I still want him to have his freedom to do what he does, but I want it to be done in a class and respectful way. You know, let your game do your talking more than your mouth.
So the effort was good at the head of the snake or the tip of the spear. Communication was good too. Is it hard to get the effort and plus communication? Is that where it's?
Well, if you do effort and communication, then you hold the team to 15 points at halftime. I mean, that's how it works. If you can put everything together, and now you can consistently. We did not consistently do that because the second half we gave up 40 points. But you know, I mean, I'm a realist too, to a certain extent. But it was good. I mean, there were a lot of good things. I only saw a little bit of the game because starting in the locker room right after the game, we moved on to Northwestern because of this quick turnaround.
And the second half, a couple of timeouts. You had to put class back in session a couple times.
Yeah. You know, I just did. I wanted to enjoy the game. I didn't want it to get away at the end. And some of our goals on our field goal percentage, our three-point field goal percentage, our turnovers, our points allowed, our points that we got to score. You know, I still want to meet some of our goals, and I didn't want that to get out of hand. And so it was all good.
You said that after Christmas, you still didn't really have an idea where to start. Do you have a better idea right now?
I don't. That sounds crazy, and you're going to say I'm kind of ready to give us credit. I just, like I told you, I study the game a lot. I know that who you play early, who you play late. I don't want to be fooled by anything. Maybe you guys can be, maybe fans can be. I think we got a good team right now. Good teams are good. Great teams are great, and elite teams are elite. So we still got a long way to go to get where we want to get. But at the same time, we are making progress. I mean, I still don't know where everybody else has. You know, as fast as I say Tennessee's the best team in the country, they're down 40. I don't care who you play. You can play the Celtics, and you can't be down 40. And Rick Barnes is a hell of a coach. So what was the reasons for it? I don't know. You know, Maryland's beat Ohio State by 35 and then lost to somebody. You know, there's been a lot of ups and downs right now. I mean, look at Nebraska. You know, they come here, we beat them bad, and all my staff said that team's too good. Sure enough, they went and beat Indiana, and then somebody else after them. You know. Who did they beat? UCLA. So I think we're getting better. My problem is still I don't know where the league is, you know, and I'm not sure I will for a while.
Shade under 10 minutes the last game, and I know it was a little unusual circumstance with how the game played out, but do you anticipate playing him a little bit more this kind of second half stretch?
You know, we're not going to expand our playing group right now. You know, we're going to, you know, we felt like he worked hard enough in practice. If we could get him some time in that game, there aren't many games like that. Not that he can't play in that game, but no, quarterback controversy will stay where it is. We got enough issues with trying to play 10, and yet, you know, as I keep telling you, keep working hard, something good's going to happen to you for different reasons, and hopefully we'll still continue playing without injuries, and then guys got to just keep working.
You're still dialing in that substitution pattern. 3-4 games ago, you know, Trey stayed out. Now Jeremy stays out. Trey sits. Carr was the first one that comes into the four.
Yeah, you know, we want to keep Jace at certain ways, and we don't want to have certain lineups in there together, and so we're trying to work around that a little bit. That's part of what we're doing, and it's gone better. I think we've accomplished some things we wanted to accomplish, and just keep working, just keep going forward.
Over the last few games, we talked a lot about turnovers and physicality. That's something that you was preaching out here today. You know, how much of it is, you know, continuing to punch that into them, especially when you're going on the road in hostile environments in the Big Ten?
So you listened to that?
Huh?
You listened to when I said those things?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you go tell my players to listen? Then I would be a lot better off. If you can hear it from up there, that's pretty good. But, you know, turnovers are a problem. I mean, you saw us turn the ball over still a little bit today. You know, we got a lot of guys wanting to make hero plays, you know, wanting to impress the coach. What impresses the coach if the ball doesn't get turned over? The physicality, I think we are getting better at that. I think we're getting more physical. We work on it now more than we have in a long, long time. And I think that's benefited us some. But you'll see one of the more physical teams in the league, and these guys. They got linebackers for wings, and they're good. They're good.
You mentioned Kerr. Do you see him getting better behind the scenes, though, even if he's not in that group right now?
Oh, yeah. I'll be honest with you. G and Kerr, Gehrig and Kerr, are both. The best thing we did is put them on that scout team for their future, you know. And future could be as quick as tomorrow something happens. Future could be down the road. But, definitely getting better. I've enjoyed that a lot.
With Frankie, last night seemed like one of the games that maybe we struggled a little bit more. Is he in his own head right now a little bit?
Yeah, you know, it was nice that he hit a three. I mean, everybody's going to go through some of that, and sometimes you get to play your way out of it, and sometimes you get the opportunity to do that. And then there comes a point in time when the best players that are playing the best, not the best players, the players that are playing the best are going to play. So it's always, you know, hardest part about being a head coach. You got to make coaching decisions, and you know. But I'm not giving up on Frankie at all. But I also was happy he made a three for his sake. You know, not for ours at the time we were up 30, but for his sake. And he works on his game. He's in here working last night when I left. I mean, I got no complaints with Frankie. I hope he can continue to work on his shooting and make some shots. And is that in his head? I don't know. You know, I'm not that kind of coach.
Can he have a Chappelle-like impact down the stretch for you guys?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things that change here in the next couple of weeks. You know, we're getting, I mean, you look at Jeremy's getting better up there. You know, you look at Jace. I mean, he did some good things last night. He just has such a feel for the game, you know, and back doors to this and that. And he's getting better defensively. And I think Cohen's constantly getting better. So, yeah, I think we have a lot of growth yet, seriously. I mean, we played good at times and in stretches and in segments of games. Now, if we can get that consistent, and that'll be the next big word I should put up, consistency. I could have a whole damn gym full of words.
Good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.